Alright, I'm back with another album review. For the next portion of my album review series, I'll be reviewing the albums by Stone Temple Pilots. Stone Temple Pilots, aka STP, are a band from San Diego who were originally together from '89 to 2003. They reunited in 2008 and are still together to this day. The original lineup consisted of Scott Weiland on lead vocals, Dean DeLeo on guitar, Robert DeLeo on bass, and Eric Kretz on drums. Scott was eventually fired from the band in 2013 and was replaced by Chester Bennington, who left the band in 2015. 2017 was when Jeff Gutt became STP's lead singer, and he's still with the band to this day. Speaking of which, I actually saw STP in concert on August 8th, 2018. This was during the Revolution 3 tour when they toured with Bush and the Cult, but that's a story for another day. Anyways, today's review is on Core, which is the band's debut album. However, this is the 25th anniversary Super Deluxe version that was released in 2017. Now that the 30th anniversary edition is already out. It came out last year. But I don't give a shit because this is my review and I'll talk about whatever version I want. The album was recorded in May of '92 at Rumbo Recorders in Los Angeles. It was produced and mixed by Brendan O'Brien and engineered by Nick Dia and Dick Canistero. Tom Baker was responsible for mastering. The album was released on September 29th, '92 on Atlantic Records. The 25th anniversary edition that you can see here was released exactly 25 years later. This version contains 4 CDs, a DVD, and an LP. And I was going to talk about the CD starting with Disc 1, which is the original album with remastered audio. The intro to this album is dead and bloated. Scott Weiland said that the song doesn't really have a meaning. Just by listening to it, you can tell that it touches upon sludge metal, doom metal, and alternative metal, not just grunge. Next song is Sex Type Thing, which was released as a single in January of '93. Scott Weiland said the song was created as a statement against sexual assault. I will say this is one of my favorite STP songs. A music video was made there, including a link to the video in the description. After that is Wicked Garden. Scott said the song is about, quote, people allowing their innocence and purity to be lost from their lives. It's one of STP's most popular songs, and he ventures into acid rock. There is a music video that was made, and I'm including a link in the description. Next up is No Memory. The song is fully instrumental and essentially an interlude to the next song. Up next is Sin. The lyrics are about relationships that end up becoming violent. Dean DeLeo wrote the lyrics. And again, he and his brother Robert are responsible for most of STP's songwriting. He followed up with Naked Sunday. All 4 band members wrote the song. And they wrote it about organized religion, that certain people tell people what to believe and what to do. This is another one of my favorite STP songs. That's followed up by Creep, which was released as a single on November 1st, '93. The song is known for being one of the band's most popular songs. I'm including a link to the music video in the description. What comes next is Piece of Pie. Robert wrote the lyrics to the song. What comes after that is Plush, which was released as a single in '93. It is known for being the band's most popular song, and even featured in the soundtrack for the game Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. There is a music video that was made, and I'm including a link in the description. The song after that is Wet My Bed. The song was written by Robert. The song that comes next is Cracker Man. It's another one of my favorite songs from the band. The finale to the original album is Where the River Goes. Dean and Eric wrote the lyrics. And now for Disc 2, which consists of the B-sides and rarities. The intro to Disc 2 is Only Dying. One interesting fact about this song is that there were plans to re-record it for the soundtrack for The Crow. And this never happened due to the death of Brandon Lee, so they submitted the song Big Empty for the soundtrack. There were rumors about a re-recorded version of Only Dying being made, but this has been debunked according to the Lost Media Wiki. The song is only a demo and nothing more. The next 8 songs are demo versions of Wicked Garden, Naked Sunday, Where the River Goes, Dead and Bloated, Sex Type Thing, Sin, Creep, and Plush. After that is a special version of Sex Type Thing, dubbed Swing Type version. It's essentially done in the style of swing music. Next up is an acoustic version of Plush. Up next is a newer version of Creep. The finale of Disc 2 is an acoustic version of Plush from the MTV Headbangers Ball. Now for Disc 3, which consists of live tracks. The first 9 songs were performed at Castaic Lake Natural Amphitheater on July 2nd, 1993. These songs are Cracker Man, Wicked Garden, No Memory, Sin, Plush, Where the River Goes, Sex Type Thing, Wet My Bed, and Naked Sunday. Now, the last 7 songs are from when STP performed at the Reading Festival on August 27th, 1993. These songs are Wicked Garden, No Memory, Sin, Loungefly, Dead and Bloated, Sex Type Thing, Naked Sunday. Now, one thing I should mention is that Loungefly would be recorded for the band's next album. More on that in the next episode. Disc 4 was when STP performed on MTV Unplugged on November 17th, 1993. The first 2 songs are Cracker Man and Creep. After that is a cover of the song Andy Warhol by David Bowie. The rest of the songs are Plush, Big Empty, Wicked Garden, Sex Type Thing. And that's the rest of the songs. Big Empty would be recorded for the band's next album as well as for the soundtrack for The Crow. I read this album peaked at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and has since been certified 8 times platinum by the RIAA by selling over 8 million copies in the US, making this the most successful STP album. Critics really like this album. Now for my thoughts. I personally think this is a god-tier album, and even has some of my favorite STP songs. This album is over 30 years old and it still holds up. I strongly recommend this album, especially if it's either the 25th or 30th anniversary editions. I will also include in a video about the best albums of the 90s. Now it's the part where I question you. Have you listened to Core? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Was Brendan O'Brien the right person to produce the album? Do you have any of the special editions of the album? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to notify future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another review.